Now, let's move to another method of solving the quadratic equation, which is using the formula. Now, if we have this quadratic equation and we want to solve it by using what we call the formula, we have to follow some steps. The first one is we have to find the value of a term, which we call it the discriminant. So the discriminant of the quadratic equation is b squared minus 4 times a times c. And we will use this symbol, which looks like the triangle. We call it delta. We call it delta. This is a Greek alphabetic, delta. So we will define delta as b squared minus 4 times a times c. A, b, and c are these coefficients. A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the number. So all of these a, b, and c, we can find them in the given equation. So if we use these values of a, b, and c, and we substitute them in this formula for the discriminant of the equation, we have to calculate the first step. And then the solutions of the quadratic equation depends on the value of delta. Depends on the value of this discriminant of the equation. We have three cases here. Case number one, if delta is less than 0, means if delta is a negative number, then the equation has no solution. The equation will have no solution. We will say phi, s equals phi. Phi is the empty series, is the empty set of numbers. Okay. Case 2, if delta equals 0, then the equation will have only one solution. So x will have only one value, which is equivalent to minus b over 2a. Actually, we can use this formula to find that value of x, minus b over 2a. Case number 3, if delta is greater than 0, then the equation has two solutions. Two solutions, x1 and x2. So x1 will be calculated using this formula, minus b minus the square root of delta divided by 2a, and x2 equals to minus b plus delta a divided by 2a. See, x1 and x2 almost the same, except that here we have minus in front of the square root of delta. Here we have plus sign in front of the square root of delta. So the set of solution for this equation will be these two values. Okay, so I will repeat very quickly these steps. So to solve such a quadratic equation, first we have to calculate the value of this term, which we call it delta. It's the discriminant of the quadratic equation. Now, we said there are three different cases. Either delta equals either delta less than 0, a negative number, and hence the equation has no solution, or delta equals 0, the equation has one solution given by minus b over 2a, or if delta greater than 0, then the equation has two solutions given by x1 and x2. Now let's have some example on using the formula. So we are going to solve this equation, x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. So step number 1, we have to identify the coefficients of the quadratic equation, the values of a, b, and c. So we write them. A is the number that is multiplied by x squared. In this case, it's 1. B is the number multiplied by x. In this case, it's 2. And c is this number alone without x, which is 5. The next step is we need to compute the discriminant of the equation. That is delta equals beta squared minus 4ac. So you just substitute these values of a, b, and c. You take these values. This is a, this is b, and this is c. You put them here, and you calculate delta. So we will get delta equals 2 squared. 2 is b. The value of b here is 2. So 2 squared minus 4 multiplied by a, which is 1, multiplied by c, which is 5. So 2 squared is 4, minus 4 times 1 times 5 is 20, so 4 minus 20 is minus 16. See, minus 16 is less than 0. It's a negative number. So this is case 1. There's no solution for the above equation. So since delta 0 is less than, delta is less than 0, then the equation has no solution. Okay. So S is empty. One more example. X squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 0. Again, we have to identify the coefficients a and b and c, and then use this formula for delta. Calculate delta, you will find delta equals to 0. This is case number 2. If delta equals 0, then there's only one solution. Delta equals 0. This is case number 2. The equation has only one solution, which is given by this relation, x equals minus b over 2a. You see, delta is missing because delta is 0, and we will get the answer as minus 3. There's only one solution, that is x equals minus 3. Now, next example, solve the quadratic equation using the formula. This is the equation, 4x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. And then here we have step 1, identify the coefficient of the quadratic equation. A is 4, B is minus 3, and C is minus 10. We write these here. And then we use the form. We have to remember this formula for the discriminant, which is delta equals b squared minus 4ac. We have to remember this. And then we substitute a by 4, b by minus 3, c by minus 10, and we make our calculation here. We can use our calculator, and we will get the value. The value will be 169, which is greater than 0. Then this is case number 2, where the value of delta is greater than 0. Then the equation has two solutions. The equation has two solutions. In fact, this is case number 3, not case number 2. So since delta is greater than 0, it means that the equation has two solutions. The first solution will be given by this equation, x1 equals minus b minus delta, or square root of delta divided by 2a. So we substitute instead of b, again, minus 3. Be careful here, because there's a negative sign in the formula, and there's a negative sign in b. So minus and minus. So we'll multiply minus multiplied by minus, we will get positive. And then here, minus square root of delta. Delta is 169. The square root of 169 is 13. Divided by 2 times a is 4. So we'll get 3 minus 13 over 8, i.e. 10 over 8, i.e. minus 5 over 4. So this is the first value, the first solution. The first value of x, which is the first solution, minus 5 by 4. Now for the second solution, x2, we will use another expression. Looks like this expression, instead of minus we have plus, and if we substitute the values of b, delta, and a, we will get the answer as 2. So the set of solution of this equation is minus 5 by 4 and 2. Okay? These are some questions for you to solve them at home by using the formula. Okay, we have to use the formula, which is the delta. We have to find delta and then x1 and x2 if there are two solutions, or only x if there's one solution, or phi means there's no solution. Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of this class, and hopefully you will see it, you will understand the discussion here, and then if you have any question, we can discuss further during our class. Okay, bye-bye. See you. Assalamu alaikum.